Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
Hey everybody, it's Brian with Happy Thumbs Gaming. Today we have another LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens video for you. This one happens to be for level 7, the Resistance free play. We are going to get that true Jedi requirement. We're also going to get all 10 mini kits and a red brick. However, we do need to purchase a Flame Trooper character token for 125,000 studs. Now, the Flame Trooper should have become yours after completing the story level Assault on Jakku. At least that is the indication of my notes here. So hopefully that is correct, and hopefully we can purchase this guy. And look at this, you can actually purchase him in the level if you accidentally start the level, or maybe you are. So 125,000 studs, just make sure he's in your arsenal, and then we'll go ahead and choose and we'll go ahead and choose, of course, the Resistance free play. And the Resistance base is a good place to start because it's right at the beginning. Character selection doesn't matter, as we will have the ability to choose any of them. And as soon as we begin, we're actually going to go ahead and smash and build some stuff for the actual story elements. Because basically we have to get that giant door in the back open in order to advance and get to some of the collectibles. So we're going to start off by making a total wrong turn here. I should have made a right turn in Albuquerque. Actually, I did make a right. I should have made a left in Albuquerque. Basically, we're trying to line this up so that when this ice block comes out, we can go ahead and use the crane to lift it up. So go ahead and build the leftmost multi-build and go ahead and smash it, and then build it on the rightmost, which should allow us to complete that pathway all the way down to the end. So the crane is now officially in place, and although we do not have the ice block out and ready yet, we will here soon enough. All right, you can see we've already got well over the requirement for the stud requirement for true Jedi. In fact, we've got over 1 million studs already. So we're going to go ahead and select a character with the Dark Force powers, because really we just need, I believe it's a lightsaber over on the left-hand side. It's kind of off to the front side of your screen and kind of a tricky place to find. In fact, I didn't even know it was there from playing the story mode. I luckily followed Dougie's trophy achievement guide from our website and found it. Here it is. Look at that. We just got to carve our way inside this box. Inside is some bouncing bricks, and we'll go ahead and build those up into mini kit number 1. So we are off to a good start so far. We got 1.5 million studs and a mini kit in our backpack. Next, we'll make our way to the back left corner of the area where we find a Resistance terminal. So we'll go ahead and switch to Leia and match up the shapes. Now, I have to be honest, I got really lucky on this one and got that quickly and easily and didn't fail once. So I promise there wasn't even an edit there. But once we open up the door, a couple of guys come out to help, which we'll need them here in a second to pull those grapple plugs. In fact, let's go ahead and get that out of the way right now. So we line them all up, we get our grapple on, and let's not forget there is a twinkly box inside that room to the left there, which we can actually use the Dark Force powers to manipulate them and find some, well, some studdage and a mini kit. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll slide in there and switch on over to Vader. And Vader will give us the needed powers. Okay, we'll go ahead and shake it up a little bit. That's right. Ooh, a Puepo. Look at that. We've got over 6 million studs, and we're not even out of the first area yet. And the back left one, what do we got? Ooh, some bricks to build up, and it looks like, yep, it sure is. Mini kit number 2. Now, hey, before you move on, I know it's just a stud, but we get a bluesy and a couple of extras in there. So look, we've over 7 million studs right now with our multipliers on. So now, it's weird you can't tell, because normally you could see that we'd have like a 384, I believe, is our multiplier right now, because we just don't have the 10x red brick. So we'll make our way to the front right corner of the area, and we'll use 3PO on the droid terminal here to go ahead and access this big ice cube inside here. And in fact, it's also going to give us access to a mini kit that's inside there. So once it gets open, we actually have to use a character with a lightsaber to go ahead and cut the pipes on the back left wall there. That'll prevent the freezing effect from making its way all the way to the end, and it'll actually give us access to a secondary ice cube. You can see it in the far right corner there. It's actually got a mini kit inside of it. So I tried to cheat the process here and make my way right inside there, thinking the Flame Trooper was hot enough to do it, but nope. We actually need to switch to a character wielding a lightsaber And I got kind of lost looking for Luke there. I know he's in there somewhere, but I couldn't see him, so I got scared and just panicked and moved on over to Vader. And we'll go ahead and cut it like butter. And look at that. All of a sudden, it's not cold in the corner anymore. So we will go ahead and switch back to the Flame Trooper after building up the checkerboard pathway there. And we'll get our melt on. So here we go. Flame Trooper equipped, and Booyaka Shout. Now, if you have made it to this point in the video and you do not have the Flame Trooper, you should be able to purchase him from your character selection grid. So it does cost you 125,000 studs, but that's chump change right now if you've got the multipliers on like we do. So, yeah, we've got that, and we pushed that ice block into place. Ooh, look at that. The crane came down and swooped it up for us. So next, we have to switch on over to BB-8 to go ahead and get our rotary on and move that back on over to where we made that wrong turn at Albuquerque. And we will have to take a character that has a targeting ability. Of course, the Jedis will do it with their lightsabers, and most guys have guns or something they can throw up there, a staff of some sort or something. And we can go ahead and destroy that multi-build and build it on the left-hand side, which will now allow us to go ahead and move that crane all the way over and drop that ice block on the other checkerboard path that's actually right in front of a, what is that, an X-Wing thruster? It's some sort of a thruster. And we'll go ahead and power it up by switching to BB-8 and, of course, attaching our shock cord and balancing in the yellow zone. So that's right, get your balance on and charge it up, and okay, pump it up all the way until it melts into some bricks that we need to go ahead and complete the switch on the wall there. So we can now jump up and grab that switch and pull it on down. And look at this, we actually open up the giant door here. Boy, that's a big door. And now we have access inside the hallway. But before we advance in there, we want to take a character over to the left-hand side and pull out a grappler. So we'll go ahead and grapple this plug on the wall here. Spam, 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 spam. And look at this. It gives us some bricks to build a droid, which happens to be the first of 3 droids. Now, our trophy achievement guide at this current state actually has a little bit of a typo on it, as it does say, take a droid to the terminal, but it's actually Leia. And I don't know, maybe a droid would work as well. C-3PO could work, I suppose. He is a communication expert, so that might work. But if you are running into any troubles, of course, the game will tell you you need to have Leia. And once you hack that, it'll puke out some bricks. And look at that, we're going to build those up into droid number 2. And last but not least, the third droid is actually in the room with the 4 padded switch over to the left-hand side. So just to the left of where the group of helpers is standing, we'll go ahead and smash and rebuild into that third one. And Booyakashow, we've got that mini kit now too. So hey, you guys, let's see what we can do. Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's all pick a corner and see what happens. Oh, look at that. It actually has powered up and given us a rotary switch here. So we'll go ahead and hop on with BB-8. And of course, we got to spin to win. So we'll move the left uppermost whatchamacallit twice, and then we'll move to the upper right and move it twice too. And look at that. Power! Doors open, we all dance a little jig, and we can make our way inside. But before using that front terminal there with BB-8, make your way to the far back corner. Now, this was available in story, so you might have already grabbed it. But if you didn't, make sure you power it up and watch the hologram of the mini kit appear in the middle there, and eventually it'll turn into a real-life mini kit. It's kind of like the Pinocchio of mini kits. And all right, so we have 5 mini kits in our bag, and we are ready to move on. So go ahead and push BB-8 into the astromech panel here and match those shapes. Once we do, it'll go ahead and take us into a quick cutscene that we actually have removed, but we will swoop us into the next area and get on to getting on. All right, so here we are in the Resistance hangar. We can see that Han has targeted us. Oh, look, twins bezel. We've got 2 BB-8s out. We actually have to go and round up a few things in order for this mini kit, or excuse me, for the Millennium Falcon to take off. I mean, got mini kits on the mind. So speaking of which, number 6 is coming up, so we're going to actually talk to Neen Nub, or Noon Noob, as I like to call him. And we go through this awkward moment here where 3PO's, it appears as though the cinematic part where he tells everybody we need to find the ice cream or whatever from the store, I felt like that somehow didn't get played, and it should have. So he kind of awkwardly looks around and talks to people, but no words come out. But eventually a little elevator drops down, and we can go ahead and hop up on it and roll it up to the top. Once we get up top, we're going to roll right on by that cracked wall there. And, yeah, right beyond the cracked wall are some boxes we can go ahead and bust up. And inside those boxes, we are going to find some buildable bricks. Now, the multi-build is going to want us to build on the left-hand side, but if you build to the right, it's going to give us a little shock panel. So we'll go ahead and choose BB-8. And remember, the yellow zone is for balancing only. Once we balance it, it pukes out some more bricks. And look at that. We're going to go ahead and build them up. Oh, to the, yeah, mini kit number 6 is officially ours. So we'll make good use out of the multi-build bricks and build them to the left-hand side. And if you remember, we actually have to use BB-8 on this rotary control to guide a crate down some conveyor belts. So this is just, you know, one of those little you know, Leo Looney Tunes, you know, warehouse music. That's all this reminds me of. It's just a bunch of nonsensical ridiculousness of me pushing left or right. And it actually is fairly time consuming considering this level only took me 20 minutes to complete. This is sucking up about 3 minutes of it. So we eventually get that gold crate all the way to the end, and the it lowers it down below. It actually drops it onto into a room right below us, and of course he'll open up the door and let us inside. So here we go. Here it is, and here it comes. Now, we actually have to blow it up. So, unfortunately, I tried to cheat here because, as you guys know, I have the Flame Trooper, but it does not work. I'll tell you that now. But before moving down there to take out that box, go ahead and smash the cracked wall here. Now, it's indicating that it wants you to take a Ewok or an Ewok through the door there, but we chose the old round hound to go through the hound hatch. And we made it through. We got that red brick, but we also got some other studs, too. That's the super slap red brick, just in case you were wondering. All right, when you've rolled on through back to the other side, we'll go ahead and drop down below. And this is where I tried to cheat and fail. Unfortunately, the Flame Trooper flames are not hot enough. And yes, I had a funny angle there, but I got the flames on it and nothing happened. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and choose Leia and use the resistance terminal off to the far lower right side. And once we match up all those shapes, look at that, I got it again. That was kind of a random one. I thought I missed that last one, but it turns out I got it. Now, as soon as we open up this door, we actually have some bricks needed to, or actually the people needed to take out those gold bricks, but more importantly, we grabbed that mini kit in the back. So 7 down, 3 to go. Hey, buddy, we need your help. Come on over here and help me shoot this. Pew, 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 pew. And look at that. We have terrible aim. Look at, oh my goodness. That was not good for Leia. She got powed right in the kiss a few times there. But we eventually get it broke down and built up. And look at that. It's a little ice cream truck. And speaking of which, my kid actually got some, there was an ice cream truck that rolled through here yesterday. I know that's totally random, but we don't normally have ice cream trucks. But more importantly, he got some Sonic popsicles. They were like Sonic the Hedgehog ice cream bars. I might even post a picture on our Facebook page. If somebody asked me to post it, I'll post it because I took some pictures of it. So, all right, hey, we have smashed and found some studs on the right-hand side. We also make note of those bouncing bricks in the room that we opened up with the resistance terminal. We'll come back to those in a minute. And speaking of in a minute, in the back of the far right bay area, there are a couple of items that require dark magic, or I guess it's dark force powers. Got a little Harry Potter on you there for a second. But what we're going to do is try to make our way all the way back to this weird kind of mosaic-like puzzle. However, I had a hard time targeting my force powers as it kept trying to move that box up front, and I eventually got it out of the way. And look at that. We've moved it around. It's like one of those little old-school puzzles where you have to shift, I don't know what I'm saying here. We have to shift those little, you know, slide them around and match them up. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure there's a name for those types of puzzles, but I'm sure any of the kids from the 70s and the 80s will know what I'm talking about because that's old school technology right there. All right, bouncing bricks. If you notice, there was some bouncing bricks in that other area. We're going to come back for those in a little bit because they're a part of a mini kit. But we wanted to make sure we could get all of them at once, and right now we cannot do that. So first things first, we have, well, we've helped out Noon Nub, or Nub Noon, however you say his name, and as a result, he's opened up that far left bay, on the right-hand side, that is, and it's given us some bricks that needed to be built up, and it looks like some sort of food rations? I'm not exactly sure. But that being said, hey, if you are here for collectibles only and you do know what to do here, feel free to use the quick link for Minikits number 9 or 10, as they are the last 2 collectibles for this level. Now, if you've played the story and you know how this is going, we need the help of our crew, which is all the way on the far right-hand side of the hangar. So we will make our way back all the way over there. And luckily for us, we have the track studs on, so we at least get a little bit of studdage on our way over there. And, okay, so there is, no, yep, there it was. I was going to say, there should be the second pile of bouncing bricks that we'll need for that mini kit. But, again, we'll come back for those. So there's one right there behind the crew members. There's one right there. And the third and final one is actually in this hangar bay we're about to run by right now. It's inside there. So, as you can see, it's not open yet. So we'll wait until it is to get inside there. But we've got our 3 crew members, 4 of us all together, pushing this giant engine down the checkerboard path. And eventually we'll get to the end, and this other crane, unfortunately, comes and grabs. Hey, look, it's Happy Thumbs themed. It's yellow, white, and black. Woohoo! That's right. I'm not sure if that's really in reference to Happy Thumbs, but I would love it. I would love it if TT Games would give us some sort of an Easter egg or maybe a Thumbie. Wouldn't that be rad? I mean, I know a lot of you guys have been following us for a long time, some of you just a little short period of time, but how awesome would that be to see Thumbie or some sort of Happy Thumbs reference, an HTG billboard perhaps or something? That'd be awesome. That would so make my year. I'm not even kidding. Now, all right, we need 2 people to do the old grapple on those plugs, and as you can see, my secondary character was still up hanging out on that upper balcony there, so trying to pull an upper decker perhaps? I don't know. We're going to make it all the way around with our second grappler, and booyakashow, we're going to go ahead and grapple down these bricks, which build up into the second of 3 little cargo carts that we need for the Millennium Falcon. So this is getting us one step closer to the end of the level, but also getting us one step closer to those final mini kits that we need. So next up, we're going to park this bad boy and make our way up that, well, it's an agility wall, but they're a little bit different in this game. As you know, we actually have to use a character with the lightsaber in order to get up there. I'm not even sure if, like, Athgar Hees can make it up there. I know we have a couple of characters that have some extra special abilities, and I'm just so used to, like, female characters being able to use those agility walls and not needing a lightsaber to do so. So I try, as you can see, bad habits, die hard. Speaking of Die Hard, how awesome would that be to have a Die Hard Lego game? You know, I know a lot of suggestions have come up in the past, and we're seeing a lot of those come to life with, like, you know, Dimensions and things like that are bringing, like, Scooby-Doo and things that we've always wanted. And, you know, even The Simpsons for that matter. But, you know, I would love to see Die Hard. There's still a lot of franchises out there that would get some pretty sweet treatment in the Lego world. Or at least I think it'd be awesome. All right, so we have another droid terminal up here. We're going to go ahead and complete that, which will open up that hangar bay down below and give us access inside to the final cargo trailer that needs to go in the Millennium Falcon, as well as the final ship that we need to build for that mini kit. So, but before dropping down there, don't get too excited yet. Over on the right-hand side of this upper balcony, we're going to find a spot to insert a staff. Giggity. Once we do that, we'll go ahead and spin to win all the way out there. That's right, twirly pull for the mini kit all the way down. Ooh, that was a perfect landing. Give it a 9.6. All right. Once we have that mini kit, hopefully you got it on your first try and don't have to go back up there. Smash everything inside this bay, including the stuff in the front and the back. Now, we're going to build up the old cargo. There we go. Cargo trailer complete. Now, bust up the last remaining bricks. Oh, watch this. Here we go. Oh, to the yeah. 1 of 3. So now we can make our way back over. You should know where the other 2 are. In fact, if you were smart, you probably already built them, so you didn't have to come back. There we go. 2 built. Ooh, it's a speeder. And third, but not last, of course. Well, it is last, but third but not least. All right, the 10th mini kit. Woo to the who. Mini kits for me and you. Okay, so now, lastly, we have to run over here, hop in this little cargo container thing, and drive it over to the base of the Millennium Falcon. Oh, look at that. Ghost ride the whip. Do you see that little tail whipping there? Now watch me whip. All right, sorry. I was trying to get new, but there was no nay-nay going on. It was just whipping. All right. I'm trying to keep it young too. I'm old, so I just have to follow what I see the youngsters doing. Like, oh, Pokemon Go. Anyhow, that wraps it up. As you can see, Ray does a nice little backflip into the final total screen here, and the Resistance free play is now complete. Now, it looks like we already had the gold brick for getting the true Jedi requirement, but that's all right. We still got a gold brick. You know, I might have had that notated in the beginning. Hey, I'm going to go back and fix it. So if I say 2 in the beginning, it's because I fixed it. But we get all 3 completed, and we also get a couple of vehicle tokens as well for getting all 10 of those mini kits. So, ooh, just a flash look at our totals there. And you know what this screen means? That's going to wrap it up for LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens Level 7, the Resistance free play. Yes, we got all 10 mini kits. We got that red brick for the super slap. And yeah, it's time to move on to level 8. So, hey, if you guys have any questions or comments, head on over to Facebook, Twitter, or simply comment, vote, subscribe down below. HappyThumbsGaming.com is the home of our trophy achievement guides, as well as the home of our product and gaming reviews. So come check our stuff out there. We got lots of Lego builds with Reese and I. We've got some other stuff that Doug's done. We even got some old stuff from some old timers that aren't even with us anymore. So dig through the site, find some stuff you like, and request some more. Rinse and repeat, I guess, is what they say, right? All right, so speaking of that, we'll use that method right now. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. As always, until next time... Psst. Hey. Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's time to go, man. You should be looking for video for level 8. What are you still...
Get out of here, kid. You bother me.
Sir?